Yeah, sir.
All right. Here we are again, man, with another Street Made TV exclusive, man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Let him know who we got in front of the camera today.
Oh man, this the urban legend, Mr. 214, 21 Joe, top dollar. Y'all know what it is. Been doing this thing for decades, man. Y'all know what it is with me.
Oh man. All right then, man. We're gonna start at the beginning, man. Where you from?
I'm from South Dallas, man. From Bonton and Dixon.
South.
You say why both? Because the first 8 years we stayed in Bonton, and then we moved to Dixon when I was 8, and then so that's what that was. I'm a South Dallas baby.
Right on. Born and raised in South Dallas.
Yes, sir.
So you been Dallas all your life?
Well, I played ball. I traveled, doing that when I was in college, the collegiate and all that. But yeah, I lived in Dallas. I ain't lived nowhere else. It's my permanent residence.
So how was life growing up in South Dallas?
It was South Dallas, you know what I mean? We were just kids doing shit, and it was a different kind of wrong when I was growing up. We had an understanding of respect and authorities and who not to do stuff in front of. Yeah, we had a different kind of respect to where, we didn't do certain things in front of adults. You know what I mean? If your mama came in, we weren't gonna be cussing, or we didn't have to worry about putting our pants up because we had belts on. So when I was growing up, it was different, but it was difficult as well. You know what I mean? So it was a bunch of broken homes, and I wasn't from one. I had a mom and a dad, and it was just a struggle. It was trying to compete in the economy, the way things were set up, and it really was being raised by a village. And so for me personally, going from Bonton to Dixon, that was extreme, because in the neighborhoods, you battled against each other. And so when I come from Bonton and I moved to Dixon, I got to fight every day.
Right.
There go that old Bonton ass nigga. Damn, we ain't moved but 10 blocks. You know what I'm saying? But those are the pieces in the puzzle the way it was played.
Right.
But my dad used to say, it's a poor ass can't take a little whooping. So now get your ass out there. Don't you run your ass up in here. So I'm thankful for that.
Right. So it was 2-parent household?
Yes, sir. My mom and my dad. Yes, sir.
What did your dad do for a living?
He was an engineer. He worked for SMU, Southern Methodist University, and he worked the night shift. And he'd take me to the Eric Dickerson and Craig James games. I used to get in free. So, he did the best he could.
Right on. How about your mom?
Oh, yeah, she worked in industrial catering for about maybe 35 years. She retired, then moved to East Texas, started working for the schools and, cooking and all that. So she did her thing.
Okay.
We had something to eat, and we wasn't ever the raggediest kids in school.
Right.
You know what I mean? If we wasn't the cleanest, it's because of how we chose to do our thing. You know what I mean? I was a Chuck Taylor baby forever until the M1s came out. That's what got me. That's when I had to go get a job. I was 9 years old.
Right.
I told my dad, I said, hey, I want tennis shoes. He was like, what? How much they cost? So at the time, they was $50. So instead of him buying the tennis shoes, we done went to the store. The man who went and got my size and put them on my feet. I done laced them up. I'm walking around and I'm thinking, I'm finna get these. Old man, I'm gonna get these. All right, put them back in the box. Huh? I take them off, put them back in the box. We close it. He go up the street, right around the corner from Good Luck and Pearl Sims. He pull up where the Paperboy house is. Bop, bop, blow the horn. Paperboy come out. He said, hey, my boy needs a job. I said, damn, I need a job. I'm 9. You want them high-ass tennis shoes? Do you know how many all you and all your brothers and sisters can get some shoes for $50? Nigga, if you gonna want them kind of shoes, you finna start working. So he gave me 100 papers. From there to the Meadows apartment, back to Dixon. So I'm doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Old man taking me, you know what I mean? I'm in the back of the truck just chunking, getting out, running up. Boom. So Sunday morning, my old man get off. He didn't get off, but he got up. And I'm waiting on him to come, you know what I mean? So I can load the truck up and go. That nigga looked at me, he said, what you waiting on? You better get the throwing papers. I ain't got no paper route. I ain't getting no tennis shoes. I said, well, I need some kind of way. He said, you got a go-kart over there? You got a bicycle over there, and then they got the thing you can put on your shoulders, and you can carry 25 or 50, go deliver them, come back, take you 25 or 50 more. And I was like, Pop. He was like, boom. And that was my pop way of introducing me to responsibilities. To where if you want something, you get off your ass and you go work for it. You don't steal nobody's shit. If that costs $100, you go to work, you get your $100 and you go buy it. So that's how I was taught. I understand the kids that didn't have fathers and wasn't permitted this, they was raised different. And we were kind of all in the same little cesspool. So me being a smart kid, I always had a job. I always worked from the time I was 9.
Okay. So, what other things was you into as growing up?
Football.
What age was you when you started playing football?
5. As soon as I could go outside and play, we were playing tackle in the streets, tackle in the field. Back then, we played what they call throw-up tackle. You could take a tennis ball or a ball of paper or something, just throw it up in there. Whoever catch the ball, take out running. Everybody trying to tackle them. So, football was my passion.
Right. Then you got into organized ball with school?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. As soon as I hit school and was able to join the team, I was on there.
What grade were you in when you first got on the team?
I was 7th grade at John B. Hood Middle School back then. It's Piedmont Global now, but it used to be John B. Hood.
Oh, Hood.
Oh, yeah. We had something, though. We went undefeated. My 8th grade year, we didn't lose a game in football, baseball, basketball, and we didn't lose not one track meet. Yeah, we dominated the whole city. So, but that was a nucleus of kids from East Dallas, South Dallas, and Pleasant Grove. So we kind of had like a nice little nest to pick from.
Right. What position did you play?
Well, then I was a running back and a tight end.
Okay. And you played all the way up to high school?
No, I played through college. I played at the University of Texas at El Paso after, situation in junior college, Ranger Junior College. But yeah, I played at the University of Texas at El Paso. And they had the only winning season they ever had when I was there.
Okay, so hold on. Let's back up for a second. Take us back to high school.
W.W. Samuel. I wanted to go to Lincoln because, that's where I was from, South Dallas. My mom was like, no, you're not going to get caught up down here doing all this shit. So she drove me up there and put me in Samuel. And man, I felt like that was just the worst thing ever because it was white folks up there. And that was my first introduction to another race. And I didn't like it. They didn't like me. I didn't like them. But again, it gave me something else. See, when I got there, I seen all the kids driving their own cars and doing their thing. My freshman year, first week of school, I walked back to the house and told my dad, we got issues, man. He was like, what's going on? Because he asked me about school and what's going on. So probably, looking at me like a chump. He was like, nigga, you ain't no chump. I'm like, they all got cars and this and that. He was like, oh, so you want you a car now? I said, yeah, everybody else got one. He said, yeah, so at that time, my little dumb ass, there's some guys up at the school and they getting out early going to work and I'm not understanding how, but they juniors and seniors and it already got so many credits. So as I explored getting into that, one of the seniors was like, man, I can get you a job at Burger King. I was like, what? He was like, come up there the day after school. So as soon as practice was over, it was about 6 o'clock. Choom, I shot up there. Manager there, I do the application. Boom, he give me the job. I come home, tell my old man I got a job. So boom, I start working. I got 2 checks. I was making $3.35 an hour. One of them was like $130. Another was like $140 or some shit. I come home, tell my old man, okay, let's go get the car. He looked. I had about $240 or $50. It wasn't cash. It was just checks. He grabbed them, put them in his little long wallet, stuck it in his pocket. Come on, let's go. He took me down there and went and picked me out of the car, man. And I didn't know that he had paid for it cash, but he made me pay him every week for it. Like, it was still a car note. And so that was kind of amazing to me as far as, high school. We had a pretty good team back then. We was in Division 5A. At that time, the Grove was hitting. That's when the blacks was first getting in there and owning houses and moving up. And the white folks was getting mad, leaving, going to Mesquite and off Mesquite and all that. But we had some good old white boys. We had some decent people there. They wasn't all, what people make it up to be. I got some good friends. I made some good friends.
So at the time you was growing up, it was really like when racism and shit was at an all-time high.
Oh yeah. In my 7th grade year at Hood, they played Roots. Y'all know the movie Roots, Alex Haley. They played it and we watched it. We came back to school the next day and jumped on everybody white that was in sight.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. We shut the whole bitch got shut down. We was all sitting in the auditorium, in the gym, in the hallways and shit, waiting on our parents to come get us. We shut that motherfucker down. But that's because at that time, you know, we didn't realize where we had came from, what our people had been through. And we were up there with them and we thought they was our friends. And then when we saw that, we was like, you motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it made us feel a certain kind of way. But yet now, as sad as it is, that was probably one of my most proudest moments in school because that's when everybody black came together. I mean, it was for that cause. We was whooping their ass because we got our ass whooped last night on TV.
Right.
Teammates, friends, homeboys, we were tearing their ass up. White teachers, what? We would let them hands go, man.
So, okay, so after high school, now you go into college.
Yeah, when I got to Ranger Junior College, we was one game from the championship. We had a bunch of good guys there. Coach Henderson, that was my coach. He was a hell of a coach. You know, he put guys in major spots and big conferences. So I stayed there a couple of years, did my grades, did my music. And then, you know, when I left Ranger and went to UTEP, oh man, I was at an all-time high. You know, I was Jack Triple. You know what I'm saying? I stayed with 2 girls. You know, I had 2 girlfriends. My girl had a girlfriend. It was a fool, man. I was really out there. You know what I mean? It was my junior year, and it was UTEP's first winning season in forever, for freaking ever. And Tony Tolbert, the Cowboys, he played for the Cowboys, got drafted by the Cowboys, played on that team. Mm-hmm. And it was the best time of my life, man. We used to go over to Juarez and get boots for $10 and $5. I'd drive back to Pleasant Grove, selling ostrich boots, $200. And at the boot store, they were $300, $400 back then. So I was still cutting them in half. You know what I mean? Oh, it was just beautiful, man, the way it went. It was beautiful.
Okay. So after college, is that when you delve into the music?
Oh no, I was in the music back in the 7th and 8th grade. You know, I used to split from sports to entertainment. You know what I mean?
So even before the football, you was already rapping and
yeah. When they first came out with that hip, a hop, a hippie to the hippie, the hip, a hoppity, they don't stop. Man, I knew then. I was like, say, man, what are you saying? He wasn't even saying that. It was feel good music though. You know what I mean? Cause you heard it was different. You knew it was us. It was like, I can do that. So I always dabbled in it.
Well, let's get into that then, man. So, is that what your passion? That's what gave you the passion when you first heard that song? That's where your inspiration came from to do it?
Well, I think I wouldn't call it quite inspiration. It's kind of like somebody scored a touchdown. Oh no, I'm gonna score me a touchdown.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I guess you could call it that. Yeah. And I always DJ'd the parties at the schools. I always hosted, you know, the blue and gold parties, the spring football parties I always did that. It was always on me.
Right. So, when you started out, you ain't never been no producer?
Nah.
Didn't play no instrument?
Nah, just the drums. And I produced some of my own stuff, but you know what I mean? That's just on the executive producer side.
Right.
Of course, with the lyrics, and sometimes I tell them what kind of beat I got. Sometimes I have a hook and I have to go over it. Say, man, I need this kind of beat, or I want this kind of beat. But I was so fortunate, I probably worked with the best producer in all of Dallas starting out.
Right.
So, you know, it just was a beautiful thing.
So, who's some of the artists or musicians from Dallas that's known that you might have worked with?
Oh man, I got music with so many. Go Hard Black, Cottonmouth, Gator Man, Apostle Paul from Beckley. uh, it's so many guys. New Kid. I mean, I can Adidas Crew. It's so Big Dank,
Ooh.
Highland Hills, Mr. Stash and Mr. Rockmore, Little Boy Blue.
Ooh.
I don't work with a lot of people, but it was because of the little areas that I was in and what we were going through at the time.
Right. Okay. So when you started taking the music serious, as far as like actually trying to you going to the studio every day, you get in the road, you performing your songs, like what age are you around this time?
I guess I could have been. See, my freshman and sophomore year, range is like an hour and a half, 2 hours up the street going west. And I used to come home and record, record songs and do shows and try to get money for doing the shows and try to set something up where I'm at and something else from where I came from. So I was doing it then, but to take it seriously to where this is how I'm gonna pay my bills, I've never done that. I've always had a hustle and a job, and music was my passion. So I always did it from that point.
Okay. So when what was your first song you recorded? Do you remember?
Stepchild.
Stepchild. That's the name of your label, right?
Yep, name of my group, name of my label, Stepchild. That's what the African Americans are in this country. We stepchildren.
Right. Hey, man.
All my stuff have meanings to it. STEPPCHILD. That's a step of teaching education from a prophet's point of view. Children I'm healing from ill languages done by you.
That's dope.
So, I never just put stuff together and don't think about it and do nothing blind. If I said it, I meant it. I'm black and unapologetic.
Right. Well, you got a particular song that I wanted you to break down for the people and for those who might not be aware of this record. Is called Tamika, but the record is actually still relevant to this day, more so than ever. But can you break Tamika down for the people?
Well, Tamika was just a song again about our surroundings, our neighborhood. 15-year-old girl, she hot as a firecracker. Mama 30, so mama had her when she was 15. So she doing as she see, and we young dudes, and you 14, 15, she hot, we popping it. Well, she kind of got out of line and started wanting to mess with the older men. You know what I mean? Guys with cars instead of guys with bikes. Guys with jobs and apartments instead of guys that stayed at home with mama. So when she ended up getting pregnant, her life changes. So now she working at the titty bar and everybody like, damn, how'd she get up here? Because she got a mouth to feed her. Mama barely feeding her. So that song was something that we thought everybody could relate to. Me and my partner Mr. Rockmore, and we thought we did pretty good with it, And it was number one on the little underground scene around there for about 8 months. It did pretty good.
Yeah, that song pretty dope, and the message is even more widespread than the actual song itself. Because you can look out nowadays in time and see the young girls living just like Tamika.
Oh, it's been around. They've always said if she can bleed, she can breathe. So you have to think about that. Little girls normally start their cycle around 12, 13 years old.
Right.
So at 15, they hot as a firecracker. They done got control of it. They know how to change their tampons, when to go to the restroom, what money's coming in, how long it's gonna be. But they got a little tingly feeling. So they need that scratch. And instead of us watching our children and who they're around, watching who we bring around our children, this generation is just generation death to me. We done lost a generation. I hate to see it, but that's just how I feel.
Right. So, would you say you a radical artist?
What would you call radical? What is radical to you?
Well, from my research and the knowledge that I have of you, when it comes to a conversation, you could be seen to be one as radical.
Well, I don't really like to debate people or, argue with people about nothing that I say because it's only my opinion and I'm entitled to that. And
Right.
they're entitled to their opinion. See, I can agree with you to disagree. So I don't know if I could be called a radical, but I guess some of my points and where I stand could be radical.
So what genre would you put yourself in? Would you be like a Public Enemy? Or would you be more like
Whatever genre that you would put Ice Cube and Scarface in.
Okay. Southern hip hop.
Yeah. Ice Cube and Scarface, that genre.
All right. So what we got going for Top Dollar in 2025?
Oh man, I'm on Nostalgic Radio. I got a slot from 7 to 9 every Tuesday, Top Dollar Terrific Tuesday. And I talk about things that's relevant in our communities as long as what's relevant in the world. And I do a little old sports segment about Dallas. I don't really care nothing about the other teams. Fuck Philadelphia. But the way that it's wrapped up and the way we do things, it's D-Town. I'm D-Town bred, D-Town fed. When I leave this motherfucker, I'm gonna be D-Town dead. It's RealTalk, Dallas After Dark, with Mr. 21 Joe. 214, you hear me? And 7 to 9, like I said, and that's on Nostalgic Radio. Y'all tune in and ride with me. Y'all fuck with me. And if you don't want to fuck with me, we got Real Talk with Jason Dixon on Monday nights from 7 to 9. I got Christine with a K on Wednesdays from 7 to 9. We got StreetMadeTV Thursdays from 7 to 9. We got the Woody Woodpecker Show every Saturday from 12 to 2. And we got a bunch of more stuff jumping in, a bunch of more artists coming on, want to present their stuff. So y'all stay tuned, man, and y'all deal with us because it's going down in 2025. We'll be on FM soon. I don't want to put no date on it because I don't want you to make me out of lie, but we coming.
All right, so what kind of message would you want to leave for the youth?
Well, I would like for our kids to understand that a lie don't care who tell it, and a pair of lips will say anything. So if somebody promise you something or tell you something and they don't deliver, that's fine, because no one should have to give you nothing. If it's something you want, you go out there and get it. Now, when you do that, now you dictate that situation. See, you can either be the boss or somebody can be your boss. Those are the rules of life. 1, 2, 3. I'm either your boss or you my boss. Simple as that.
We definitely gonna have to get a part 2 going, man, at the Top Dollar.
Already.
And any shout outs you want to give?
Just to my Nostalgic Radio family, man, and what we got going on. You know what I mean? I know too many people to start naming off people because then somebody will be left out.
Right.
So I just say to my family, man, those that know me, that ride with me, I'm riding with y'all, you heard me?
Right on. Until next time, man, we signing out. Top Dollar, Mr. 21 Joe.
Peace.
StreetMadeTV.